Welcome to Book Thots, brand lifestyle podcast. We are thoughts for books, and these are our thoughts on books. I'm Jenna.
I'm Emily.
And I'm Adriana.
Three sisters stripping down one book at a time. Today is the 7th and final episode of our 7-week journey through Glow of the Everflame, the second book in the Kindred's Curse saga.
Before we jump in, we do have a content warning. Today's podcast is rated mature. We are Book Thots after all, so we are going to be using adult language, talking about adult topics, so please pay attention to who may be listening near you. Additionally, this episode will include spoilers for all 3 current books. Each episode we will focus on specific chapters, but our conversation will include the entire series. Lastly, I'm just going to apologize ahead of time. Maybe we, but definitely Emily and Jenna will at least mispronounce a name or place. Emily will be leading this episode, so strip it down, girl.
Strip it down, girl. I was waiting for you.
Right.
We ready, team?
I don't know.
Let go.
The last part of the book.
Chapter 39. We enter this chapter with the sound of moras, whales, which is not the sound you want to hear if you're DM looking for encouragement going into the challenging. DM wanted to visit her one last time, and thanks to Luther being a worrywart, she was forcefully accompanied by Taryn and Alix. A quick conversation and a heartfelt embrace later, and DM is leaving Mora and heading out to her last stop. She requests that this next stop, she have some privacy. Taryn, we're looking at you. On the walk to their next stop, Alix and Taryn talk about how they've never been this far in Mortal City. After all, Ecobois only gets a sign.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wanted to say Corbois, but then I smacked. I got distracted.
I'll redo it because I have to.
I'm sorry.
After all, a Corbois only gets a sign this far out as a. I thought you were doing it with me at the same time.
Yeah, I didn't know what to
Oh.
expect.
Yeah,
My
okay.
bad.
No, you're
Nope.
good. We'll do it one more time.
Nope, I'm
now,
out.
now
I'm
that
out
You're
now.
echoing.
Nope,
You're
I'm
echoing.
totally
Okay.
out.
After all, a Corbois only gets a sign this far out as punishment. DM takes this opportunity to educate them with a 2-hour tour. 3-hour tour. 3-hour tour. She shows them everything, from the orphanage to Paradise Row, all the way to a makeshift graveyard where she buried people who met unfortunate fates. DM ends the tour with a declaration. Whether the gods give me one more day to live or thousands, this will always be my home. These are my people. This is what I'm fighting for, and I'll risk everything to protect it. She must be a really good tour guide because after this statement, both Alix and Taryn say that they will too, no matter what happens. Now for the moment we've been waiting for. The scene opens up on DM's last errand, Henry's house. But wait, it's not Henry answering the door. It's Mr. Albanon. Has that been his last name the whole book? Who knows? Henry,
Albatross.
It's what it feels like. Henry isn't here and will be gone until next week. What? Poor Mr. Albanon has the decency to look disappointed for DM and says that Henry had sent a note to the palace. Oh, that note. DM moves to walk away, and like any good father, Mr. Albanon starts making excuses for his son's poor behavior. He lost his mother, blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry, but spare me the sob story. This is DM's potential demise we're talking about. Her supposed fiancé should be there, but whatevs. Henry's father leaves DM with the departed words that do give us some hope. We believe in you, your majesty. Go give 'em hell.
I just love that moment when she's about to, just walk away. Minus, him saying go give him hell, but when he's talking still about his son and still trying to stand up for him. And it was the realization of yeah, he lost his mother and he's bitter, but guess what? I've lost now both of my parents at this point in time. And,
We think.
Right. And you can't even stand by my side as a loved one?
Well, she actually knows her mom's alive
Well, yeah.
because she asked the Super 8 ball.
She doesn't have
Magic
physical
8.
confirmation, though.
That's true. But yeah, Henry's father, I gained a lot of respect for because he knows his son is in the wrong.
Yeah.
And any parent is going to try and protect their son
Yeah.
a little bit or their child. But the fact that he's like, the mortals see what you're doing, DM. We thought you would forget about us, but me and the others are watching you.
We
and
know.
we know
Yeah.
you're trying to change things and we're behind you. And that I was just like, thank God for mortals that are actually smart.
Yeah, decent humans.
Yes.
I love Mora in the scene too because I've been in her shoes where I'm trying to be comforting to someone, but it just isn't. It's just going the opposite direction. There's no comfort that I am offering. I'm in my own, sulking in my own.
Yeah, because it's your pain too. Like
Yeah.
you're hurting for that person, and you know what they're going through has to be so much harder than what you're even witnessing because it's not you going through it. So you're just hurting for them and with them. And that's a really hard position to be in, to be support.
Yes. And the tour is just another reminder of those horrid conditions of Mortal City. When you say, good thing there's good mortals out there, that is great. It even talks about, like, I think a charity or something that's only, like...
The orphanage.
The orphanage is, like, only there because of people that have less are still donating more to keep it afloat. So there are good things in Mortal City, but man, there's some bad things, too.
I get that she's saying she's protecting like mortals when she says this is her home and she's going to protect it at all costs, but I wouldn't want to protect what's there.
No.
I would want to tear it all down. It's a flip. Like we need to flip this house.
This is extreme home makeovers.
I just assumed she was just meaning like she wants to protect the people.
I think she is. I think you're right. Yeah.
I mean, but even how awful it is, it still is home to her. So she probably also means keeping it some of the way that it is.
We need to move that bus.
Yeah.
Move that bus. Didn't that show get like...
Oh, yeah. It was really
so corrupt.
bad.
Yeah.
It was bad.
I love all the memes where it's like the kid saying he likes spaceships. And so they're like, and your entire room is space themed until you're 21 years old.
You have to live on this crater surface moon bed.
You're going to love it. Not great sleep. What an awesome moment for Diem and her found family to share this. The realization that Alix and Taryn have, because they're kind of clueless. Like, they think they understand what the mortals are going through, but they are just touching the surface. So I think this is a really cool moment for the found family to come to this realization together in support for Diem.
Yeah.
Diem even has a moment where she's like, I don't even know how old they are because I learned not to ask Descendant how old they are. So they could have been clueless about this serving the military for decades. Like they only come to dole out punishment. That's it. That's the only way that they see Mortal City.
I like the chosen family group she has because it's just another aspect of when she's feeling alone. She has not only Teller, who literally is her last remaining of family at the moment, but ever since she's gotten there, I feel like Luther, Lily, and some of the cousins have shown their loyalty and love for her already. And they're just trying to, at every step of the way, remind her that no matter the trial coming up, we're here. We got your back.
Henry.
I can't even talk about Henry yet. I need to wait for Teller.
I know. Yes, thank you. When that chapter comes,
we can assume that he's going to help Breck with all the weapons. Like, that's the mission he's on.
We can assume they're readying for the attack on the Descendant.
Yeah.
One can only assume that that's what they're doing.
And Moira even said that, what's her name, is gone too. Lana?
Oh, yeah. Lana. They're on their honeymoons, their sweetheart honeymoon.
So there's definitely some mission going on.
I wish them happiness for each other.
Henry and Lana?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Lana is going to forever know that she's second best.
Oof. That's not a great place to be.
Nope.
She's going to be jealous.
But if she's proving herself to Henry, like that she's all for the Brotherhood and the Guardians, she's going to take first place.
I don't understand how that would ever be possible since Diem has the crown above her head and still did missions for them. Like, if
she's
anybody,
descended, once it's been revealed that she has descended
if anybody's
blood,
gonna prove worth to Henry, I just don't understand how he would give it to another female.
He is. That is what is happening.
I can
accept it.
You won't allow it.
I won't.
Chapter 40. Our favorite little Gryvern is throwing a hissy fit as Diem reminds her that she cannot interject during the challenging or it won't count. Seeing as how the challenging is a modern creation that wasn't part of the forging spell, this is in direct conflict with Sarai's obligation to protect Diem. Also, a sad reminder that if Diem dies, no matter how awful the next crown is, Sarai would have the same connection and obligation to protect them. Diem ends the conversation with a promise to find a way to free Sarai if Diem survives. Exiting her room, Diem finds her pack waiting for her outside. Alix, calm and present, Taryn and Eleanor, forcefully bubbly, Lily on the verge of a breakdown, but not quite there thanks to Teller, and finally Luther, playing his role as the perfect prince, but his mask doesn't quite meet his eyes. Diem takes the opportunity to thank Eleanor and Alix for her badass outfit, a full bodysuit of fighting leathers, which the two girls collaborated on. I can only picture Catwoman of the black suit,
Except-
skin tight suit. That's what I picture.
The back has Sarai wings on it.
Yeah,
So
it's Batsuit. And while checking herself out in the mirror, Diem has to admit she looks good. Ready to get on with the day, Diem continues her death march, only to be shocked by the royal guard making a path to the front gate, standing in salute with a flaming torch in one hand and the other pressed in a fist on their chest, a reminder that she is their queen, a surprise set up by none other than Luther. The rest of House Quabois is waiting to escort her all the way to the arena as a sign of support, and that if anyone challenges Diem, they are challenging House Quabois. Luther brings Diem over to her horse, a dark gray mare with a dappled coat and a glossy white mane. But the most notable aspect about the horse is actually its temperament. It seems that even the guards couldn't control her. Luther states that he chose this horse because it reminded him of Diem. Diem agrees, and then she basically calms the horse by speaking mind to mind, and she asks for permission for the horse to escort her to the arena. The horse agrees, but before they can be on their way, Diem notes that Luther isn't on his usual horse. You know, the horse that Henry talks about the descended man was riding when he killed a child? Well, turns out that was never Luther's horse. He only took that horse to Diem the night she was in the lodge because he was in a hurry. That horse is Amon's. And this isn't a shocker to the readers whatsoever, but this is quite the realization for Diem. Duh, it was never Luther. Diem also further realizes that this cold descended, aka Amon, is now the keeper of the laws, responsible for the fate of half-mortal children. She almost passes out at this realization. Luther, being ever so in tune with her emotions, asks what's wrong, but she just responds back with a new set of determination. She has to win today. She begins the trek to the arena, but it no longer feels like a death march. This feels like a victory lap. Oh, and Luther is also helping with the confidence as he is swirling his familiar aura around her. I believe this has become a question every episode at this point. Amen? Anybody? I wanted to note his reaction when she's like staring him down like a hawk is kind of interesting. Does anyone have that highlighted?
I didn't highlight it, but I do. Wasn't he like, are you staring at me? Like, did I do something wrong?
It's almost like he put on a mask, in my opinion. He's like kind of staring back at her. I think is noticing, oh, that's an angry face. And then it's like, well, I got to put this mask on and almost be angry back at her. It's like a stutter almost. It's fake. Like, I don't know. It makes me, this scene I think is supposed to make me not like Amen, but it makes me question him more.
Can I say something that we don't have yet? It's in a future chapter.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Just kidding.
when the houses are all like, they made me do it, and the warden was with them. They don't say an Amon was there. Amon. God, I can't say his name. Amon. Amon was there too. They just mentioned Gareth.
Oh, yeah. Like Gareth was helping corral them to...
to rally against her. But Amon wasn't.
But would Eamon have been at, well, I guess he would have.
Yeah.
He's part of, well.
I never even pieced that together, period.
I didn't either. Because I didn't expect him to be at those meetings. Well, I did, but like kind of silent.
He was at the meetings, though. He was at every one of the meetings.
No, what you're talking about, I never thought about. The one house is the one that decided to rally everyone, and that's what I focused on. I didn't focus on them saying, and the warden was there too.
Yeah. Well, it's House Hanover that is like going to the other houses and be like, we have to stand together.
Yeah.
And then they're like, the warden was there.
But nobody else mentioned Luther coming back around and talking to them either. After, like, he lost his position.
Well, yeah, but they're trying to defend the fact that they're against Diem.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to say, like, we only did it because of this.
Yeah.
They're not saying, like, oh, we didn't go against you because Luther came around.
Yeah.
They had already gone against her.
Yeah.
They've already made their decision.
It's public at that point.
That's
And
sad.
they're like, it wasn't our fault. It was the warden and the House Hanover.
So you think she's trying to make it sound like it's Aemon, but really it's Gareth?
I just think that, like I've said before in previous chapters, that Aemon still is at this tipping point where he can make the choice to go with Regent Remus and Gareth and be not good and fight for the descended on the war that we don't want him to fight or that we're not for.
Mm-hmm.
The genocide.
Or he can flip and be helpful to Diem and her found family, and he can be included in that still.
I think he just has a bigger plan, and we're not seeing it yet.
Mm.
A positive, bigger plan.
Because in that moment, she kind of mentions that, like, she's looking at him and she's searching for what good she hopes is beneath all of those lies and, like, conniving. But at the same time, it's almost like he won't let her in.
I'm going to laugh if Penn Cole's like, it's seriously not that deep. He's just really a bad guy.
It might be.
It might be. But I mean, there are those out there that have
There's some great.
been dumb, young, and done something really bad that's caused someone to lose a life and then turn their lives around and still been good.
Yeah.
So
I think he's going to have a Snape story.
I don't think that he is unguilty of killing the mortal boy or anything like that. I think that that was a mistake. And yeah,
There's more to that story.
I think that he still has a turning point, and we'll see if he takes it or not.
Eamon's #1 fan, people. Okay.
I love me a dark boy.
Diem's connection to animals. Do you think this is because she eventually will hold that crown where she can connect to animals? Because it's like she's talking to the horse, and never, except later in the book, do we ever hear about anyone talking to animals. I guess maybe you could talk to them, but they're not going to listen.
I mean, we've explained away the bond with Sarai,
Mm-hmm.
right? But the fact that she can connect with this horse and immediately calm it, it feels like Phanos.
Yeah. Is Phanos, if I remember correctly, the one that also betrays her and is working with the Guardians as well?
I believe that's Arboros.
9 realms, that's hard to keep up with.
I'm pretty sure it's Arboros, but it could be Phanos.
I just don't understand why Diem has not been like so determined from the get-go to win this challenging. We talked about it last episode, how she is definitely preparing for her demise. And it's understandable she's basically has no magic at this point, or hasn't proven that she has she hasn't proven she has magic. But also it's just like frustrating because she just has these random moments where she's like, no, I will win. And then the next page is like, I don't think I'm going to win this.
I mean, it does a good job of filtering through self-doubt that everybody goes through, where she is positive and confident one moment, and then something happens and she's like, I'm screwed. Like, that's just it. I don't have control. Because she has used her power and shown that she's stronger than even Luther, but she can't do it. It is a little frustrating, but I even get frustrated at myself going through those times. So I like it for her character development, I guess.
I just want her to marry Luther already. We could end the book here.
I think the hardest part, because you're right, it is self-doubt that she's going through, but like we kind of want her to embrace the fact that all she needs to do is just take control of her power, which she just is scared to do at this point. She needs to obviously, she's running out of time to actually master and control it, but
not running out of time. She has ran out of time.
She has ran out of time at this point.
Yeah.
You're right. I misspoke.
No, you're good. It's just she's lost the time. It has expired.
That is, I mean, yes, reading through like the training things, again, I was just like, can you just please just do it? Like, just own yourself and be yourself and just know that that's where you need to pull from to get your magic.
But that wouldn't be our girl, Denial Diem, if she was accepting.
Yeah. That's what I was
If she was
going off.
full cognizant queen.
She's not yet.
Just real quick, the connection I was trying to make basically is she's in the self-doubt though, but like at the same time, it's not as bad as her continuous denial of everything else. Like acknowledging what blood's in her veins, even though she's not really sure who her blood father is.
I think she has no clue. I don't think she has even guesses on who her blood father is.
Nope.
She definitely does.
What's that ball called that answers the questions?
The Magic 8 Ball.
Magic 8 Ball. I don't know. I'd be rallying. I would have like a list of questions that I'd review every day with someone that I trust. I'd probably tell her, say, here's my questions I'm thinking about asking. Which ones would you help me narrow down this list? Instead, I just wasted 2 back to back. Has she used her third?
No,
not yet.
Chapter 41. The ride to the arena is long. Diem is what we call spiraling. She is basically thinking of every mistake she has ever made. She approaches the arena and it looks nothing like the day of the funeral. It is now a full-blown ninja warrior obstacle course. That's all I can picture. Luckily, there is a tent set up for Diem to have some privacy in before the duels begin. Entering from the royal box, Diem can hear every whisper about her, people excitedly waiting for her death and fighting for the best front row seat. She says, the mortals, at least, saw this for the bloodthirsty spectacle it was, perhaps because a mortal life felt so delicate and fleeting in comparison to a descendant's near immortal existence. Somewhere along the way, the descendant had lost sight of that truth, that every life was precious and every day a gift. The deep thought is interrupted by Luther asking if Diem wants to know a secret. She's still somewhat human after all, so of course she does. Luther tells her that Teller and Lily kissed. Diem immediately wants to find her little brother, but Luther reminds her that she can't say she knows. Luther says Lily told him it happened after she told Teller she declined the proposal. Go, Lily! Diem asks if Luther is really okay with Teller and Lily's relationship, and I have to quote again because there's no summarizing these words. It's not what I would choose for her. Even in the best of outcomes, Lily's heart will be broken. But perhaps, he paused, his gaze heavy on mine, perhaps for the right person we endure the pain, because the torture of never having them at all is the more unbearable fate. All right, let's call it a day right there.
Yep.
JK, but if that wasn't enough, Luther also has a gift, a new necklace with a Quobois crest. But this time, instead of sapphires to represent the Quobois blue eyes, there's diamonds to represent Diem's gray eyes. Oh, and he forever infused some of his magic into the phoenix on the crest so it lights up at her touch. Wait, there's more. On the other side, there is a bee pierced by a pair of crossed twin daggers to represent Bellator. Is there nothing this man does not think of?
It's so much.
Luther tops this gift off with a public display of affection. A kiss for everyone to see. Then Regent Remus interrupts the kiss, and Luther walks away without another look. Regent Remus is straight to business. He lets Diem know she can pick one person to help her prepare. She, of course, chooses Teller. And instead of preparing, they go right into sibling banter, teasing each other about their kisses. Teller says what we all want to say, which is, so does this mean you're finally done with Henry? And Denial Diem has the audacity to come up with excuse after excuse for Henry's behavior. But it's when Teller points to the crowd of mortals huddled at the corner of the arena, there to support her, that deny she can do no more. As Diem and Teller reach the arena's floor, Regent Remus's voice is reverberating throughout the crowd. He is going over the rules and allowing each house to offer a challenger. Diem tunes everything out for a prayer to Lumnos, something she has never done. And just as she's about to ask for Mother Lumnos to make sure no one challenge her, someone says, I will challenge her. Shit. The icing on the cake, it's coming from House
Ghislaine.
Yeah.
Ghislaine. It's coming from House Ghislaine, the weakest of the 20 houses. But this wasn't any man. This was the man she saw kill his own mortal lover and son. She would gladly kill him. But Diem might not get the chance to, because after him, someone from all other 19 houses challenges her, even some from smaller houses or unhoused descended. She had been a fool to think that the descended would accept her. She looks to Luther one final time to mouth, I'm sorry, and turns away, but then she hears, I will challenge her, from that familiar voice. A sharp pain of a bonded barking? A sharp pain of a bonded barking. Can't say it.
Take 3.
Take 3. A sharp pain of a bonded bargain breaking flares on her wrist. Luther has just challenged her. I love Luther in this scene, even with the challenging. First time read through, I was like, he's challenging so he can die.
I was
Never-
immediately I knew what was happening.
But like, remember he even when training was like, your magic can't hurt me. So even if they do go into battle, like, you can't tell me that like they're not gonna.
He was going to kill himself, Adriana.
I know, but like,
He was going to use his own magic to kill himself.
no.
Yeah, he says that. In the
No.
next chapter, he literally
No.
explains that.
I refuse to believe that that is the outcome here.
Well, it's not.
It's not, but I mean,
Yes.
like,
But
even
yes.
foreshadowing.
True, though, I don't think Diem could have. I mean, I don't know. There could have been murderous intent behind her.
I'm done. I'm going home.
I just never once read that and thought, oh wow, DM really is a bad guy. I really got this guy wrong.
No, me either.
About Luther?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
No, I was like, he's doing it to kill himself.
It was like an oh shit moment the first time I read it, but at the same time I was like, he's challenging her for a reason. Like,
Yeah.
because if he doesn't, then she has to battle the next strongest.
And who knows if her power is going to snap into being usable or not.
Nobody.
No
Except
one.
us, 'cause we've read the whole book.
Each other, so
I love the sibling banter too. She chooses Teller to strategize, and they immediately just start bickering at each other about their kisses.
Yeah,
I'm-
you kissed Lily. Wait, how do you kissed Luther?
Yeah. It's so realistic.
She's
I
like, we're
love
not
it.
talking about that.
yeah.
Like, let's ignore the problems at hand because you kiss someone, and I need to know all the details. And Teller is telling the truth.
Teller tells DM.
Teller tells DM the
He
truth.
does.
He's like, okay, listen, we need to stand in the mirror, look at the mirror for a second. Look at the crowd. There's all these mortals here. I think it says thousands.
There's so many. She's like, I can recognize people, but I don't know their names. I just know that I've healed them and they're
Yeah.
here supporting me.
If it's not thousands, it's hundreds, and they're all there to support her. People that she can't name, except one that she can name. Yet she's still coming up with excuses for him, and it makes me want to punch a hole through the wall.
I don't know. That was rough. When it's like, yeah, he should be here. He should be the one putting the kiss on your lips. He should be the one giving you a gift to boost your confidence. He
Encourage
should.
you.
If
yeah.
this is who you want to spend the rest of your life with, he's here because your life might end.
She should want him in the tent with her, and that should be an option. But it's not, because he's not there, because he chose the Guardians. He chose the brothers. He chose Father. He's a bad guy, and I don't like him.
Father Vance, by the way, not his own father.
Nope.
He's
Blessed-
not even
blessed
choosing his
Father
own
Vance.
father, which is weird.
The poor mailman. Always a sad story. Humorous that she is praying to Mother Lumnos and literally gets challenged by everyone. I just
Mhm.
picture her being like, kind of like hands together, first prayer, kind of nervous, and then just like instantly everybody is challenging her.
She goes, "Give me a sign." And
Yeah.
then it's like, I challenge her. I was like, okay, well, fuck you too.
Yeah, it is a sign. It's just like sometimes when you pray, you're praying for a yes. You better sometimes understand that it's going to be a no. You might not get the answer that you like.
Yeah, or it's going to be up to you to get what you want. And
Yeah.
this time it's up to her.
I think Mother Lumnos wanted her to, hey, wake up, girly. And so she's like, I'm not protecting you. Instead, I'm going to plant a little seed in their mind and they're all going to challenge you.
Mm.
Threw her right into the cauldron.
Yeah. Right into the freaking cauldron.
Mm.
Right in there with Elaine and Nesta.
She came out with those fey ears, baby.
Yeah.
When DM says that Luther had never expected me to abandon who I had been for who I had to become.
Yes.
That was just an awesome moment. Because guess who was wanting you to abandon one side of yourself?
Mm-hmm.
He wanted her to stay the same forever, and that's not going to work in any relationship ever.
Not to quote another book, but you don't get to pick and choose which parts of her you love.
Mm.
It's Dorian telling fucking Kale.
Oh, yeah. Ugh, kale salad. It's okay. You're not in that book anymore.
Sorry.
Focus your hate where it needs to
always
be.
bring up
On Henry.
SJM.
Kale, Henry, and I'm forgetting one. Who am I forgetting? It'll come to me, don't worry. My
Okay.
hate is forever.
Oh, I know who it is.
Who?
Who?
Ethan.
Ethan. I don't like
Mm.
Ethan. What's his point?
Ethan.
I wish it was
needs-
him and not his brother.
Well, he's DM.
Ethan?
Yes.
Ethan
And-
is worse than DM.
But he is that character in that book. He's supposed to be the one to save that. What are they? The shifters.
the pack?
Yes, he's supposed to be the one to take control. His pack leader knows it. Everybody around him knows it, and he won't do it.
Ethan,
Yeah.
Kale, and Henry.
Like in that order?
Fuck, marry, kill.
Oh.
No.
Go.
Ethan. Wait. Fuck, marry, kill. And you chose Ethan to fuck. You'd
I
marry
didn't.
Kale?
I haven't chosen anyone.
No, she just listed the
I
names.
listed the names
Oh,
and said the thing.
I thought that was your answer. I was
No.
like, damn, girl.
I was asking a question. Now you have to give your answer.
Oh my gosh, I don't know.
I'm probably killing Henry because we're on that.
It's really hard not to kill Kale.
But at least he's a good guy. He's just not a good
Is he?
boyfriend,
I
husband.
suppose. He could be turned at any point. Okay.
I feel bad, but I think, honestly, if I had to think about it, and this is the worst of the worst, okay? I'd fuck Ethan, I'd marry Kale, and I would
That's the only right answer.
Henry.
Yeah.
Really?
Because,
Yeah, I think that's
yeah.
the right answer.
I like,
I was thinking I'd marry Ethan because I'm a strong-willed woman and I could fix him.
That right there
That
is what we
complex right
call
there's a
a red
problem.
flag. If you're a fixer and you think you can fix him, he's not worth it.
Oh, you're right. But he's not bad either.
There's only one right answer to this question, but
I would
everyone's
fuck
entitled.
Kale and kill Henry. Kale.
Okay, so you are marrying
So
Ethan.
you're-
yeah,
You're
you'd
doubling
marry
down
I
with
did.
that.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Even though you told me all the red flags were there. Now you have to support my decision because you gave me your opinion.
Yes,
He's
I
so
know. I'm
loyal.
here for you.
I mean, he is so
I'll keep my mouth
loyal.
shut at the wedding.
Thank
I promise
you.
not to stand up.
Thank you.
I'll be right there with
Yeah.
the toast being like, we both have something
Let an
to
arrow-
say.
I have
Pop.
a soft spot in my heart for shifters. I can't help it.
That's fine.
I
That's
just like
fine.
Really into the
But
shifter.
make sure he comes to terms with what his responsibility
I don't-
in the world is.
I don't think I ever really get into yeah, I love shifters, or yeah, I'm into fae, or vampires, and I don't think I have. I've just read the book, and whatever they are, that's what they are. I don't think I'm a cult following to any of them.
Oh, I mean, I go into deep dive holes of just reading shifter books or just reading vampire books
Yeah,
or
there's
whatever.
so
I'm
many
really
good ones
into
out
butterfly
there.
incarnation.
I do like that, actually. Reincarnation's my new kick.
I guess if I had
Veronica Lancet, if
had
you're
to
looking
choose?
into it.
maybe fae, is that a thing? Can
Yeah.
you be into fae?
Yes?
Yes.
Does
Just,
it- maybe
just
'cause
fae
it's-
books.
Maybe I don't have an imagination.
You could even be into demons.
I know that's a thing. I
So,
knew that was a
like-
thing. You can be into sports.
You can?
You can be
read-
into boy bands.
Probably.
But I thought that was a genre at the book fair. It wasn't.
Please don't make me.
It was banned books. I thought it was band.
I forgot about that.
I thought it was books for of bands. Oh my god! I never know Maroon 5 had so much to them.
This is a detailed story of how they came up with all their songs.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a cool idea for a book.
Yeah, there was, what's his name there?
Harry
yeah, Harry
Styles.
Styles.
Adriana's #1 fan. Harry Styles, if you're watching this, send us tickets.
We'll go.
We'll get. I think if I went to a modern day concert of any famous singer right now, I don't think I'd know even half their songs.
Oh no, I don't know.
It's not-
Well,
it's not
that's
good.
not true. Because you like the new, what's his name?
Alex Warren.
Yes.
But I mean
Oh,
superstars. I don't think he's an A-list yet. I mean Harry Styles.
I don't know.
I would enjoy myself the most at a Jonas Brothers concert.
Oh, God. Okay.
You
Get outta
didn't,
here.
you didn't watch Camp Rock or any of that?
Yes, but
Mm-mm. I'm
it
too
makes
old.
sense now why you love Alex Warren. It just makes so
He
much
is
sense.
nothing like the Jonas
No,
Brothers.
their music is so similar. Even
I don't
if
know.
you add a couple more people into Alex Warren singing, they sound the same.
I would love to know.
They put on the
people's
same
thoughts
type of
that.
show. I'm telling you.
Have you been to a Jonas Brothers concert?
No, thank you.
Well, you said they put on the same type of show, so it made me think that you'd been to one of their shows.
No, I've just seen their stuff on Disney when they were on Disney.
Alex Warren wasn't on Disney.
All right, I'm losing this argument,
Just
and it's
saying.
fine.
Alex Warren was not on Disney. He was on TikTok.
I did not know you were such a huge Jonas Brothers fan.
I'm not. I'm saying I would enjoy myself the most out of Jonas
Oh.
Brothers. Yeah. I'm literally not the biggest music fan, period.
Really?
Yeah. I enjoy songs, but I'm not a concert goer. If I could go to a concert and be promised that I could sit down and still have a view the whole time, I would go to more concerts.
Or that you wouldn't leave with a massive migraine headache.
That doesn't usually happen to me, but it
Mm.
seems like maybe that
It
happens
to me.
you.
And then if you sit close to the speakers, it makes your chest vibrate. It makes me cough a bunch, and I'm not liking it.
I just like specific songs so much. I've never feel loved an artist to where I'm yes, I want to go.
I didn't know that.
I'll go with Jordan. Music sometimes can be overstimulating to me.
There was one more quote that I had that you didn't say.
Oh, are we
When-
back to the book now?
Well, I don't know. We don't have to be.
No, go ahead. I was
It
kidding.
was
Felt like it
behind.
got heated. I'm still simmering.
Sorry, we brought up Harry
Continue.
Styles and she went down.
Behind all my swagger and threats, it was the drive to repair harm, not create it, that filled my heart with purpose. And that was DM saying that. I just liked that.
Reflective DM.
Yeah. Reflective queen.
All right, are we ready?
42.
Chapter 42. It's all chaos. The arena is exploding in a frenzy. No one had ever been challenged by their own house, let alone by an individual that just showed a public display of affection towards the one they are challenging. Teller looks towards DM and asks her if Luther and her had planned this. DM shakes her head no. She has to fight the most powerful challenger. That's Luther. Unless that tutor is here that could do both light and dark magic.
I almost spit my drink out.
Put that in there for you. She has to fight Luther, and one of them will have to die. Luther betrayed DM. Look, I don't even believe myself when I say this.
I mean, can
It
you just add the eye roll in there?
Yeah.
Because no.
No. Regent Remus demands all the challengers line up while accusing DM of telling Luther about their bargain. The look on DM's face was answer enough. Luther is doing all of this to get back at his father, right? Teller and Regent Remus are arguing at this point about what to do while DM is led by her instinct to confront Luther. She yells, "You fucking betrayed me." Luther gives no response, so she does what any reasonable woman would do and sucker punches him. And the rage was still building, so she sucker punches Jean Hanover as well. But the punches are nothing to compare to the blow that comes next when Luther claims he's doing all of this to actually take the throne. Nothing his father can do will compare. He's made his decision to challenge her, and he will not risk the throne. Ouch. Regent Remus realizes he is screwed. Everyone he has ever angered is going to come for him as soon as they realize he's lost his magic. Sorry, Regent Remus. I agree with Demon.
She's a demon right now.
She's a demon now.
She's throwing panches.
I'm really into demons. Okay. Sorry, Regent Remus. I agree with DM. I have no sympathy to spare. A light bulb goes off and DM has an idea. Another agreement between her and Regent Remus. He will let Eleanor back in the family, protect DM's little brother, and in return, she promises if she survives this, then she won't say a word about their previous bargain. Regent Remus considers, but asks the question we're all thinking, "You're going to try to kill my son?" Nope. DM will get to choose her challenger. There's some hesitation, but they have a deal. Regent Remus makes the announcement, and there's, of course, a riot, but a majority of the challengers are actually rushing over to Jean Hanover, not Regent Remus. Turns out, Jean Hanover put all of the houses up to challenging her, but he doesn't back down. He still wants to fight DM. Their discussion is interrupted by Luther claiming he is the most powerful, so DM should want to fight him. But even though she is denial DM this whole book, she is already accepting this betrayal, saying, "Was any of it real?" Luther is pissed, demanding she choose him now. Nope, DM will choose anyone she wants. Regent Remus, Teller, and DM review the list of challengers and go over the weakest ones. But DM asks specifically about one name. Ron Gislane. I want to say that so bad. But how do you actually say that? Gislane?
I think it's Giz, yeah.
Ron Gislane. DM had made her decision and no one was going to change it. Not even an angry Luther that is still demanding she go back and say she chooses him. DM is not picking up on the hint, but Teller is, and his eyes light up with realization. But Teller doesn't have time to tell DM his realization because she is already spouting off instructions on if she dies, there's a letter, Mora will take you in, if you get Lily pregnant, go to Luther, etc. Teller reminds her she promised to fight. They hug and she tells him to leave. The reality of her situation is starting to settle. As she is consumed with her thoughts, she hears the ruffle of the tent. She is expecting Regent Remus, but it's Luther, with his bejeweled sword. He quickly grabs her and threatens to kill her if she doesn't choose him as the challenger. Look, I love to give a detailed recap, but this conversation they are about to have cannot be summarized. You need to read it word for word because it's beautiful. Luther professes his love. Denial DM has a cognizant queen moment and realizes he never wanted to fight her. And in this realization, she accepts that she is his and he is hers. They make out. Luther says some encouraging words. She gives herself a pep talk. She takes her spot in the arena facing Ron, and the challenging begins. That tense scene, I had forgotten how awesome it is, and I was rereading it. I wanted to highlight everything.
Mhm.
They just say such good things.
I did highlight everything pretty much.
Do you have something that you really wanted to talk about?
I was actually going to pull back a little bit when Regent Remus and Teller are discussing things, and Regent Remus realizes how intelligent Teller is and how much he pays attention to how the houses work and the political standings of everything, and how, like, I just see something blooming there.
Well, yeah, his prejudice, I think, has blinded him to think that a mortal could be so sophisticated.
Yeah.
And Teller is young.
Yeah.
But
So
Teller...
I don't know. I just really liked when Regent Remus was so upset and like saying, no, we can't do that because everybody else thinks this. And Teller goes, so you'd choose your pride over your magic? Like, he knows where to hit people.
Oh, yeah.
That was a cool moment.
And I thought the bargain only took a piece of your magic. I didn't remember it taking everything.
It was
so glad that worked out in her favor.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
that really worked out for her. And I also don't... When did she tell Luther? I don't quite remember when that happened.
I'm not sure what...
I don't remember what chapter it was.
I don't remember what chapter it was either, but it was recently.
Okay. My favorite line was when Luther says, "Burn, my queen. Glow so bright that darkness trembles." And I loved that.
And I also liked when she was like, so many times I had doubted him, and each time he had proven me wrong in spectacular fashion. Never again. Perhaps it was a vow I wouldn't live long enough to keep, but if I did, I would never again doubt his loyalty.
And she better not. If there is any sense of doubt, I will come for her. Because it's just funny to me, like, she is giving Henry all these chances, even giving Aemon all these chances. And the second she thinks Luther goes against his entire personality, entire everything about him, she's like, oh yeah, no, that the puzzle pieces are fitting. He must be going against me.
But then she goes, deep within my heart, a long overdue decision was finally put to rest. One door opened, the other door locked forever. You have me, Luther. I vowed all of me.
Scars and all.
Yes.
It was a long time coming.
Mm-hmm.
And even we have a whole nother book to get through until they even hook up later in that book. That's like the second to last chapter. But I'm glad that we got to end this book with the realization that they are
meant to be.
They are lovers. They are mates. But they haven't used the word mate yet.
No.
Not yet.
She probably isn't even thinking that. She's just thinking, wow, I really love this guy more than ever thought was mortally possible.
Because she's not.
No. He's got a mate. And I love a girl with a grudge. Everybody knows that. You guys know it.
Mhm.
It had to be Ron. There was no other option.
Yeah.
I think as soon as he entered the room, I was like, that is who she's...
I mean, she screamed at him even when she finally realized, because she didn't know who he was when Luther even asked.
No. And she, for a second, maybe Jean, because he's stirring the pot. He's trying to make her life worse. But, I mean, she saw him literally murder a woman and a kid. And she held that kid while the kid died. So...
Yeah, I did like how she was like, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks about my decision. It doesn't matter that they'll see me as weak. They'll see me as weak no matter who I choose or who I fight. Like, if I fight one of the strongest and die, I'm weak. If I fight one of the weakest and win, I'm weak. So I'm going to fight who I have conviction to kill and punish. So I just liked that.
Yeah, I like that too. I think...
Way to go, DM.
If there's a good reason to kill, that's it.
Life for life, baby.
Yeah. Even those scales. Chapter 43. The fighting has begun. Using her shield magic, DM is blocking blow after blow. Yet Diem still has the energy to taunt his manlyhood. Gotta love her. Diem realizes she won't be able to shield forever and finds cover behind a boulder while Ron is distracted. He is taunting her, but obviously doesn't know her precise location. She takes a chance by throwing something at him and it hits her mark. Diem realizes he is only shielding against magic to conserve energy. Diem then decides to taunt him some more and gets close enough to throw sand in his eyes. Ron is so focused on the pain from the sand that he lets his shields down altogether. This is Diem's time to strike. Now is the time to make the final blow. Yet she cannot do it. Ron notices her standing over him and tackles her to the ground. She gets away and is practically begging her godhood to show up. Ron has her cocooned and is darkness against her shield magic and comes to a realization. Diem can't use her magic. The rumors are true. He takes the opportunity to show the crowd, even letting down his guard and giving her a free shot. Diem, still begging her godhood to do something, runs again, but this time she trips and cracks her head. The world goes dark, and before she can regain her footing, a shout from the crowd reminds her she let her shields down. Ron is sending razor-sharp spikes heading her way. The world goes black. We awake in the vision we've seen before. Nighttime in the midst of a war, Diem carrying a blade of black and gold surrounded on all sides by rings of corpses. Luther is across from her with the sword of Corbois in his hand, his other palm against the left side of his chest just like before. But this time there is another man in the vision. Across the battlefield, a man glowed as bright as the moon. Everything about him is gray and colorless. Skin, hair, and eyes. The man says, "Join me, daughter of the forgotten. Together we will destroy this world and build it anew. We will end the descended and their rule forever." Diem feels a pull to bow down and join him, but her inner voice yells, "Fight." The man is stunned and asks that she would still fight for them after all they've done. Diem reflects for a second, but yes, she will still fight for the descended. She will fight for everyone. The man says, "Then you will die like the rest." A blinding explosion of light lights up the world until there is only endless white. Diem's inner voice that usually commands her to fight says, "Now, daughter of the forgotten, now you're ready." Diem is back in the arena and out of the vision. The black spikes still heading towards her, but instead of hitting her, they almost evaporate on her. She is not harmed. She mirrors a confused look to Ron. Now, pools of darkness are pulling at her feet, and orbs start clumping together in the form of a phoenix. The realization hits Diem. She had been begging her godhood like a child to save her, but she didn't need her godhood to save her. Her godhood was part of her. She can save herself. Ron, you are SOL. And Ron knows it. He throws all of his power Diem's way, but it's not even a drop in the bucket compared to Diem's power. Despite the fact this man deserves to die, she gives him the chance to bow down and a promise to change. He says he will, then immediately tries to kill her. With half a thought, she kills him during this attack. The crowd cheers and Diem is over it. If showing kindness won't awaken them, then she will show them fear. And Diem, being the badass she is, takes control of her realm and the arena. The sky darkens and she floats above the arena and what I picture as a glowing star but as bright as the moon. People try to flee and she isn't having it. A voice that isn't hers and almost ancient says, "Your queen has not dismissed you." Diem then goes on to say, "The challenging is not over until you have judged me and found me worthy," specifically calling out Jean and Marthe. Then the rest of the houses, all of which are kneeling to their new queen, whether they like it or not. She ends with Luther, and of course that man is kneeling for his queen. Diem takes Luther's hand and climbs the steps to the royal box, asking the uncles if there would be any more problems. They shake their heads no. She ends the spectacle with declaring that she is no longer unchallenged. Her reign begins today. She demands everyone kneel. One by one, they all do.
You can't include everything, but when she is calling Jean and Marthe out, she has everyone encircled in a shadowy vine. and Jean's is around his neck, which she's just continuing to tighten and tighten as she taunts him a little bit more. And he's like, yeah, I give, uncle.
And Marth is a little bit defiant in her eyes, but still says yes.
Which DM kind of respects.
Yeah.
Which is all right.
I said I giggled a little bit at that.
Yeah, me too.
I'm like, yeah, that sounds like Marth. As I know anything about Marth, that sounds like her. I think the vision is literal confirmation that he is not descended, aka not kindred, when he's talking during that vision.
The all gray dude?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I pictured that's her father saying that. The all gray dude is her father.
So when I read it the first time, I was convinced that was true. But I'm not, I can't decide now. I need to read the whole third book.
What do you think?
I don't know. It feels like Henry. Like it just feels like that. I know it's not Henry. I know it isn't. But that's the way Henry sees things.
I think it's her dad because he has gray eyes just like her. And he says, together we will destroy this world and build it anew. We will end the descended and their rule forever. He's talking about them as like something separate. So that's why I'm thinking this is her dad. This is confirming she's not descended, then aka not kindred. We are something separate from that.
I think he's the old gods.
But he's not claiming to be a part of what she is in this vision. He's calling her daughter of the forgotten, and I do think that separates her. And I don't know that he is the same as the kindred either. I'm not totally convinced that it's her dad yet.
Mm.
It's just that we will end the descended
and
their rule forever is why I'm saying like they're both against, he's wanting them both to go. I think that her dad is either the OG god or the father of the kindred.
I think it's because he calls her daughter of forgotten. He's forgotten just as the old gods are forgotten. They only know the kindred. They only know about the descended that came from the kindred because the old gods were, quote unquote, like mythology, forgotten. So I feel like that's why he's calling to her that, like, I'm still here, awaken me, like, I'm still waiting to fight with you to basically, like you said, take out everything.
Yeah, I think
the
gray man is her father. And then after the vision is kind of coming to an end and there's like the blinding explosion of lights. And then it says, now daughter of the forgotten, now you're ready. I think that voice is like Mother Lumnos.
Yeah.
Saying you've proved yourself to say like, I'm here for everybody. So now you're ready.
I agree.
I believe that is Mother Lumnos, and she was holding her power like dormant or whatever until she could fully accept both halves of herself, for sure.
Yeah, Mother Lumnos is like inside of her or something, because when she commands the arena and it says it's a voice that isn't hers and that it's ancient, I'm like, that is Mother Lumnos inside of you.
She was born with brown eyes, and then she got silver eyes.
Gray?
What? Yes, gray eyes. What if Mother Lumnos, like, is inhabiting her in some way?
But her dad still has gray eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I do agree that her Mother Lumnos is somehow inside of her. But I think her dad is the reason why she has the gray eyes and stuff.
I feel bad, but I'm hoping, not Andre. What's the mother's name?
Ugh.
Whatever. Mother Bellator is not really her.
Arlie.
Arlie, thank you.
No,
I'd love for it to just be like, oh no, you found you on your doorstep, and the gods were like, better raise my child.
Nah, she had that baby on that island.
Like, make it Hercules, where he was just like left. Because now he's half mortal.
Now, does Arlie is there more to her? You said that like the very first episode.
Oh, yeah.
It
has to be.
Does she have some kind of power? Do all the mortals have some kind of power? I'll touch on that here in a second.
Okay.
I'm not convinced that the all gray dude isn't the tree of the Everflame.
That could be her dad?
Yeah, maybe. But I mean, he's totally against the descended.
I thought that's where he's held. No.
The dad is being held in the temple.
Oh, it's at the temple? For some reason, I thought it was the tree. It's been a while. Okay.
Well, they cut the tree. The kindred, when they arrived, they cut the tree down.
Took a chainsaw to that thing.
Yeah.
They use magic for everything else, but when it comes to cutting trees, they're like,
Say, we got to lumberjack this shit up.
yeah.
So, yeah, I feel like maybe, and she's going to be a different kind of Everflame tree.
She's going to die and be planted into the soil somehow, like where her body is, and a new tree will sprout.
I do think that she has a part to play in making Mother Lumnos's vision and everybody else that decided to love the mortals and give half of their power away or whatever. I think that their vision is going to be brought to fruition through Diem.
Yeah. That's why Mother Lumnos is like, you're ready because you love everyone equally.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not as forgiving as Diem because I wanted Ron dead. I didn't even want to give him a chance. She gave him a chance, which means that Mother Lumnos would have said, honey, you're not ready. But I was like, he kind of deserves to die. He murdered a child. So.
He does deserve to die, but he's sitting there begging for mercy, and she wants to put forth change, and she wants people's minds to change in the way that things are doled out. And so I think it was very good for her to try at least to give him mercy when he didn't deserve it.
Yeah, no, it was all good for her. Just couldn't be me.
I did like it when she said that if anybody deserved to die, it was him.
Yeah.
Like, and when he was like, I didn't have a choice, she was like, I gave you a choice. I gave another option. I told you I'd take the child and run.
You always have a choice.
Yeah.
Chapter 44. Diem is on a boat on the Sacred Sea, headed to the island of...
I think it's Corelli or something like that.
Coriel? I don't know.
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
I
She
really
did
want to
it.
say Coeur d'Alene.
I mean, you say whatever your heart desires.
Who said Coriel? Diem is on a boat on the Sacred Sea, headed to the island of Coriel, where her rite of coronation will take place. The island that is in the middle of the circle. Diem is sharing a tender moment with Luther. We love to finally see it out in the open. As she recounts the last 24 hours, including how she really needs to break up with Henry, I just have nothing more to say to that. Her thoughts are broken up by Sarai's shadow casting from above. She asks Luther, Sarai really can't set foot on Coriel at all? Luther answers with, she would die as soon as she touched the soil. So that's a no. In fact, that's one of only 3 ways to kill a Gryvron. The other 2 ways are beheading or Godstone to the heart. Going to tuck that knowledge in for later. Diem takes the opportunity to send Sarai home. Thank you. Diem and Luther reflect on her speech she gave to House Corbaugh that morning, which included her telling Remus, Gareth, and Aemon to get with the program. Luther decides it's finally time to tell Diem his last secret. The gossip? His father's wife, Ivana, ain't his mommy. It was Florial.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Flori.
Floriel?
It was Floriel. It was Flo, a mortal.
I was just about, that's why I was laughing.
This is my sister Flo.
Luther's father did what he had to do to pass him off as Ivana's kid, and then sent Flo to a mental institution to discredit her if she ever tried to say something. But like any true mother, she never stopped trying to get to Luther. She somehow made it back to Lumnos and showed up to Luther's school with a bouquet of flowers and the real story. Luther tried hiding her in the palace while he saved up gold for him to run away with her, but his dad caught on and followed him one day, and it led right to Flo. She threatened to tell everyone, so Regent Remus shot a killing blow, but Luther stepped in, aka how he got a scar. Regent Remus thought he was dead, but his mother knew he wasn't, so she shielded him with her body. And the next blow from Remus killed her, and he left them both there to rot. That's when Luther saw Blessed Mother Lumnos. She healed him, said she had bigger plans for him, and showed her a vision of a gray-eyed queen. Luther didn't immediately know it was Diem, but his suspicions grew as he saw her more. Then the vision at the fire showed a crown over her head, one unlike he had ever seen before. Then the king died, Diem got the crown, and he knew. Diem was the queen he was meant to serve. Diem is shocked and asks, "What about when you came to the lodge to try to kill me?" Luther says he was there to swear his fealty to her, not kill her. He hadn't said anything all this time because Diem needed time. Time to not hate him, time to trust him. He ends with telling her he saw the vision at the challenging too. Diem takes the time to share some of her secrets. The voice that spoke to her before the king died, the Umbros queen visiting her, her mom giving her flame root. Luther discovering the flame root drugging is the final straw for him. He declares they are going to get her mom as soon as Diem is coronated. She has a lot to answer to. Yes, she does, Luther. They spend the rest of the boat ride in silence and make it to the island. The rules for the ritual were delivered earlier that day. No weapons, no escorts, no grivens. Oh, and be prepared to bleed. Diem steps on the island and is instantly stripped of her magic. She gives a parting kiss to Luther and for some reason has the regret of not telling him about her involvement with the Guardians. Weird. She heads to her coronation. Any thoughts on why you lose your magic here and why the flame root is here and why the coronation happens here and why Duke Ivan die here?
I think maybe because it's where the tree of the Everflame was.
Why do you think the tree grew flame root though?
Well, they talk about the blood war. That was the only place that gave the mortals even footing to fight the descended on, was this ground. So
Yeah, but it's still interesting that it's just like once you step foot on it, it's gone.
And the soil grows the flowers, so therefore the flowers are able to take your magic.
The flame root. Isn't that what she uses for it?
Yeah, that's how she dampens Diem's powers.
Bitch.
And
I thought it was interesting too how Luther was surprised that Umbros was in the same alley as him and Arlie, and how that made everything click into place.
for Diem or for him?
For him, he's like, everything makes sense. Like, I understand now, and your mom has a lot to answer for. So she's been somehow working with Umbros, possibly, or Umbros knew what she was doing and was spying on her.
I think for a second he thought he understood what was happening, but then when he confronts her in the in the last chapter or the epilogue, I feel like he's like, wait, so you don't know that she's the queen? Like, he thinks that this is a part of her plan, and then when he confronts her, she's like, no, and then he's like, okay, wait, no, I thought I knew what was happening, and now I don't, because I thought maybe your plan was for her to become queen, and that's how you'll get rid of us, but you don't even know she's queen.
Maybe because he knows a little bit about Umbros, he was putting that together, and that was like, they were working together.
Yeah.
Arlie and Umbros were working together for this whole thing for Diem.
And then
to take
it's
up.
like instantly destroyed.
And he's like, oh, never mind.
Yeah, there goes my theory.
I did like that this showed me, though, that Luther wasn't aware that she was getting dosed with flame root, because I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember if he knew or not before the reread. And so I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like,
And he realizes that she still has so much to answer for because she didn't tell her anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Arlie.
drugging of her powers was basically his final straw.
Yeah. He's in the dark as much as Diem almost. Or he feels like that.
Yeah, but he was also trying to respect that with his bargain with Arlie and everything that he knew, she would have told her daughter, she would have like had any kind of insight to their world and realm and what was going on. I think he realizes his mistake by promising to not say so much
Yeah.
when he had the opportunity.
He would have said something
Yeah.
a lot earlier.
Yeah. That's what I'm getting at.
It's weird to me that the Griven die here.
Yeah, that is weird. I feel like maybe they killed the tree of the Everflame because there was so much power in it.
Yeah,
That was even more powerful than them, and had the mortals had access to it, they wouldn't have been able to take over.
the descended or the mortals. Like the descended wouldn't be able
The
to take
kindred
over?
wouldn't have been able to rule. I mean, they did find mortals that they loved, but when? We don't know
Yeah,
how
what
long
point in
it took. They're
history?
immortal, man. When did they come there and they killed the...
That's where I'm like, we know that the history has been confused a little bit.
Mhm.
So were the kindred actually like not from somewhere else and their power comes from the tree, but then those that got power, the most powerful, got greedy and didn't want anyone else to have power, so that's why they chopped the tree down?
No, I'm pretty sure it says when the kindred
Yeah, no,
arrived.
it does say that, but I'm
Okay.
saying, is history just not, is it like gray?
Is it
Did they
still
rewrite history and say that they came from somewhere else? Because they talk about the
Oh.
Godstone, did they bring that with them? Did they create it? Nobody knows. And it's weird that they still hold their coronation on this island inside the Godstone, inside the very thing that can kill them while they have no power. It's not making sense to me.
Mm.
I
So
think it has to do with the old gods. I think it's part of the reason why the mortals, like when she was talking about how when the descendants started taking over and they wiped everything that their traditions were and stuff, I think it still has to do with the fact that that's why they are forgotten. That's why they are no longer mentioned. It has to do with because the mortals worshipped them first.
yeah, I think that a possibility is the kindred were the children of the old god, the forgotten god, the tree,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how they got their power. So they didn't come from somewhere else, but they
No.
got it from the tree, and then they got greedy and cut off the thing that could give power, and that's what happened. And then rewrote history in a way. I mean, it still makes them look bad, but almost gets rid of the tree.
Mm-hmm. I
So-
agree. It has to be some kind of connection as to why they lost their power, why they lost the war, something.
But it could very well be they did come to this little circle land and said, we're going to take over. And then they were like, crap, we're no match for that tree. Because another thing is, did the forging magic actually just keep the mortals' powers at bay and they actually have power too? I don't know.
I don't know. I think maybe it's something to do like I have to sneeze. Is it going to happen or am I going to?
Well, you said it out loud, so probably not.
Ooh. Okay, so you know how Luther talks about how they can imbue objects with their magic, but they lose parts of it forever.
Mhm.
I'm thinking maybe the forging is all 9 kindred imbued that stone with their magic, and they can never get it back, and they have to continue to feed it with their blood to keep the forging magic together. And that's why they come back and give their blood on coronation days.
Why would they have to keep feeding it?
Well, I don't know that.
Oh, no.
I
okay.
don't know. To just continue, it's like it can't, the bond needs to continue to be sealed or whatever.
Just has to be fed.
Yeah. Because they have to have each new crown give its blood to the
Mhm.
Godstone. They only come for coronations
Mhm.
and forging days.
Once a year.
I don't know what camp I'm in though. If I feel like the kindred came from somewhere. I don't feel like that they were there and just changed history. But it does also feel right that I do think history was changed. So
Yeah.
what you're saying is not far-fetched for me.
I don't know, man. After the next book, the theory could completely change too. We could read another riddle that we didn't notice the first time and be like, oh no, that answers literally everything.
I just don't get why the Gryverns immediately die still.
The forging magic is what made them bonded to the next kings and queens. That's the only thing I can think it has something to do with the forging magic that's within them. Or maybe since they're also a part of the OGs, that's what is why they get killed.
Because that the island that is still fighting against the OGs in some way.
No, because
Like the
they
Earth?
created that island to kill the OG, to kill the tree. So the Gwyvern are a part of that. And if they land on it, that would also kill them. I don't know. Only Penn Cole does.
I was going to say, Penn needs to answer these questions for us.
I always feel bad for the mothers in these stories. They always get not
I'm sorry.
Arlie.
For a second, I was like, excuse? But no.
Not Arlie,
Yes.
but
Okay.
it's just like the mortal woman that gets tricked into the man that has all the power and then gets locked away.
Well, but what a badass that
To
she
escape.
escapes an insane asylum,
Mhm.
and then makes her way across who knows how many borders, then shows up with flowers for her son. What? Who thinks of that? You're like dying. I mean, she had to recover, and she's an immortal body, so
Yeah.
yeah, she's
She's a
worse for
badass.
wear, and she still shows up with flowers and greets her son.
It explains Luther a little bit more.
Mm. I mean, he's like, how did it say how old he was when he went through that? Can you imagine hiding your own mother and saving gold to run away with her?
Yeah.
Crazy.
He's at least got to be, he's still in school, so he's at least 18. Kid owns a kindred when they're children, they go to school till they're 18.
Yeah. I don't think Lily was born yet, or she would have been part of his running away plan.
Oh, yeah. No. Chapter 45. This is a long one, so buckle up. Diem is officially headed to her coronation on the island. The only thing she knew about the island is that it was heavily guarded. Only the 9 crowns had access. The kindred's temple is housed here, and it's where the sibling gods had conducted the foraging spell that divided Imarion into its realms. But she knew from her mom's books that the island had been long sacred before that. Many even believe that the Everflame had once existed here, the source of all life and death, and one can only assume magic, an eternally burning tree with branches that scraped the clouds and the roots that spread all the way to the sacred sea. It wasn't until the kindred arrived and declared themselves rulers that they chopped the tree down to make room for their black godstone temple. Mortals believed if you destroyed the temple, you would destroy the descendants' magic. Or would you release the mortals' magic? Just saying. Diem's walking a trail to the temple when she first meets Phanos. Diem tries to introduce herself as Diem, but Phanos says, "Not anymore, you're just Lumos, girl." Phanos goes on to say Diem is a surprise. She really thought it would be that angry-looking prince, aka Luther. Diem responds with, "No one is more surprised than me." Ain't that true? Phanos goes on to reveal that she can speak to all creatures, including Sarai. Speaking of Sarai, she hopes she enjoyed the 2 treats she sent with her representatives. Diem admits that they were too cute to feed Sarai. Phanos admits that she should have skinned them first. Diem is shocked by this and asks, "It doesn't bother you to kill them even though you can speak to them?" Phanos answers with, "Humans can speak. It doesn't stop them from killing each other." And goes even further, saying, "Guilt and compassion have no place in the food chain, only survival." Diem and Phanos run into Fortos next. Fortos in. Fortos is cold and exactly what you'd expect of someone who has spent their almost immortal life killing. The only information we get from him is that Diem being born cost him his 2 most important assets. They continue their path, and Diem notes the tall grass and the vibrant crimson blooms and asks what flowers they are. No one directly answers. Then they run into Arboros. Phanos has a bone to pick with her about the mortals wandering off in her land. Threats are exchanged, and one of my favorite lines is said when Phanos threatens to make sure no bee or butterfly propagates in Arboros realms again. And Arboros says, "We need these pollinators, Phanos." And I love it. I don't know why, it just makes me giggle. Fortos goes off to handle the situation between Phanos and Arboros as Diem continues her walk to the temple. She is taken back by the Godstone Temple. So much Godstone. A toxin that can kill a descended. No one knows if the kindred brought it or if it was created by their power. But all of the weapons made out of it that were left behind were destroyed, but only after a few mortals got their hands on some. Diem hears some whispers and turns around thinking she would find 3 crowns still arguing, but there is no one there. She breaks off some of the mysterious red flower and smells it. She knows this smoky scent with a hint of citrus. This is flame root. Fortos comes strolling up and asks Diem what the heck she is doing. Diem explains that she thought she heard voices. Fortos is like, "In the damn flowers? You need all 9 crowns to approve harvesting those puppies." In an attempt to get on his good side, Diem thanks Fortos for the gift from the ball. She asks if Breck made it, and King Fortos is taken back. Breck went missing a week ago with a stash of weapons. Well, so much for getting on his good side. The temple was even more breathtaking up close. The towering obelisks stretched into the sky like the bars of a cage, each topped with a flame-lit cauldron, the distant sound of waves crashing on the shore mixed with the crackling of the 9 fires. No, not 9. 1 cauldron remained unlit. Diem is led to a stone arch beneath the unlit cauldron, Arboros saying it is the Lumos portal. Remain there until the other crowns arrive. Sophos leads the rituals. Sophos and Morose were in discussion across from her. Sophos takes the time to congratulate Diem, and although the tone is smooth and expression soft, Diem's instincts hiss in her ear as a warning. Sophos goes on to say they hope to meet Diem's mortal brother. Igneos walks in at this moment, taking his place under his archway. Igneos is disgusted to find out that Diem is a half-breed. Then the Queen of Ombros shows up. Diem instantly recognizes that voice. We then learn that the Queen of Ombros was not at the last forging day when the King of Lumos fell sick. She sent a vial of her blood, but she had somewhere more important to be. Last to show up was the decrepit, somewhat mute King of Montios. Diem helps him to his place under his archway, and he gives her a departing whisper. Good luck, daughter of the Forgotten. Before Diem can think about it too long, she is yelled at by Fortos to get back to her spot so that the show can go on. The inside of the temple was obviously supposed to represent Emirion. 9 arches representing their respective realm, and in the center was a low pedestal holding a large, rough-hewn stone representing the island, the Heartstone. A while back, the Blessed Kindred shed blood on the Heartstone, and that's how the 9 realms were made. If broken, the 9 realms would cease to exist. But shh, this is on the DL. Why is the stone so important? Well, the Kindred's elemental magic is blood magic. They say, anyone who shares their blood inherits those abilities. But there's also a second kind, a magic of life and death that flows through everything. The earth, the air, every plant and creature. The Heartstone acts as a conduit between those two forces. It allowed the Kindred to weave their magic into this world and control it how it can be used. Kind of sounds like that tree. The crowns have to shed their blood on the stone twice, once a year on Forging Day, and a second time when there is a new crown. The ceremony begins with each crown walking through their archway and on their insignia. Diem immediately felt a pull to the Heartstone. A panic sweeps over her, but she keeps it on the inside. No one notices except Ombros. The ceremony continues and Sophos is first to cut their palm and bleed over the stone, the dagger briefly changing to the color of their eyes while they cut. The second their blood hits the stone, the obelisk above Sophos' portal grows bright, and the fire in its cauldron hisses. As everyone follows suit, Diem is still being crushed by the angry aura of the Heartstone. Finally, it was Diem's turn, but this time, before her blood even hits the stone, loud thunder cracks and gray clouds roll into place, blocking the sun's light. Looking at Sophos for some answers, Sophos is distracted, not knowing why the stone of the blade didn't turn blue but instead gray. A series of popping sounds rattle everyone as the individual fires above the archway go out. Diem forms a fist in reaction, and finally some of her blood hits the stone. It cracks from lightning in the sky. Sophos, scared and confused, starts shouting at Diem, saying that she is an imposter. Diem turns towards Ombros to say she must have done something when she hears a familiar voice. It's her mother telling her to run. Then there is a deafening boom and a blast of fire. Diem's world goes black. It's funny because we get no history this entire book, and then in this last chapter, it's like, hey, all those questions you had, we'll just go over them. Even Diem knows some of it.
I don't like that Diem knows this stuff, guys.
Yeah.
But maybe it's just because she's been reading her mother's notes while she's back at the healing center.
Well, and how much does Teller know from the studies? Do they have anything in their school that they talk about that she?
I mean,
has
she
gotten from
specifically
him?
says it's from her mother's book. But,
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if there's more information she gets from Teller, but this knowledge of how everything works on this island is from her mother's books.
Okay.
I like to know everything that my main character knows. And the fact that she's coming out with this on the last chapter just kind of irks me. But, it's whatever.
Well, she's in denial. She didn't need this knowledge.
Never.
Now she needs this knowledge. Interesting that the stone kind of acts like exactly how they explain the tree.
Yeah.
Like the exact same.
Also, The temple, I picture as like open air, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's just, there's no walls. It's just lots of black.
Stonehenge-esque.
Yes. Who the fuck builds a Stonehenge? Yeah, like that. Perfect.
I have what came first, the chicken or the egg, DM's father or the tree.
We kind of talked at length about
Yeah,
that already.
Yeah. But this is also going back to that because it's going back and forth on claiming who did what when.
It does seem kind of like maybe that the father was the tree and the siblings got angry and locked their father away. And the consequence of that was the Godstone creating the 9 realms and the forging magic. And like everything has to play out in this continuous circle to keep him locked away.
Yeah, that's exactly. And even
or
says
his
siblings.
yoke be broke.
Oh, yeah, or that yoke going away. I can't remember where I said specifically emphasized that it says siblings.
It's in chapter 45. It says the kindred siblings made the forging magic.
And that's, I think, the first time that we hear that phrase being used. So that's like why I think like her dad is daddy. Like, Papa.
I just also, though, I feel like she learns later and there was a sibling that is forgotten. Like, I do think it's another sibling.
TBD. When we read the next book.
We got to reread.
Like I said, as soon as we read the next book, half our theories are thrown out the freaking window.
I mean, usually I get details wrong, so probably the dad.
I don't know. Violet's mom definitely has same exact gray hair as her.
I just thought it was a strip.
So at the ball, was it mostly representatives except for Umbros Queen? Like, did everyone else just send representatives, but the Umbros Queen was like, I'm going to show up in person?
I don't know.
The Umbros Queen wasn't at the ball.
I thought she was at the ball. She was the one helping fix everything with Luther.
It was her representative. She sent a female and a male.
Oh.
Okay.
I thought it specifically said the queen is like doing something else, helping out Luther and all that stuff.
No, they said, where's the other representative? And the guy was like, well, he had an errand to do.
Oh, I thought it was like the queen herself would want to be here.
Doesn't she always have the two?
Well, then he says, I do have a message straight from my queen, or my queen already gave you her gift.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, I could be wrong though, because the queen might be able to make herself look like whoever the fuck she wants.
That's true. It could be her.
Yeah, it could have been her. She could have been the dude for all we know.
So something that I like had to read to do this summary like several times. So they're using a dagger that like what the handle is a boulder or something, because it was confusing the crap out of me on what is changing colors because it's on the dagger.
The dagger had gems embedded in it, the stones, and when it absorbed the blood, the stones changed the color of their eyes.
Yeah.
So Sophos turned pinkish, and then their flame also lit pink. Then Maros turns dark blue.
Yeah.
And so on and so forth.
Pasta.
Yeah.
Just love when he
That's
yells.
a reasonable assumption. That like this ritual that you've been doing for however long, and one newbie shows up who's already a half-breed, and the stone's breaking, there's bombs going off. You're like, what the hell is happening?
Okay, but they know that the eyes are supposed to be blue. They can see that they're gray. So they see that. And then the stone turns the same color as her eye, and you call her an imposter.
Instead of the blue for Lumos.
Yeah. But also Sophos is supposed to be the most knowledgeable in history and like books and everything.
That's
like,
why it's taken them by shock.
What have they read though? Like, do they know what the silver...
It's been taken out of history. It's been rewritten.
Nobody knows.
They don't know what
means.
the gem turning gray means.
Yeah.
I do agree with you though. Like, what I think is their blood putting on the stone is reinforcing the forging spell to keep that daddy in his yoke.
Yeah.
What if hers was
Yoki
like,
boy.
See you later. He's unlocked.
That is what happens.
Yeah.
But that's my point is like, I think that's why they were so shocked at like, what the hell are you doing here? What does this mean? 'Cause I don't think they realize that that's what happens until it's too late.
No, because history has gone for so long. I don't even think they know he's locked in there.
I think Umbros and Montios are the only ones who know. And
I think
Um,
Umbros does for sure.
Yeah, I just don't know why Fortos doesn't know, because he's supposed to be one of the older kings as well. Like,
Who was the other one you mentioned?
there's Umbros and then Montios.
Oh,
Montios is the
Decrepit old man.
Mhm.
yeah, and we know that they take a vote of or vow of silence, and then he breaks it to say, "Good luck, daughter of the forgotten."
Yeah.
It could be, though, too, like maybe Mother Lumnos or someone else is sending messages and visions to them to let them know that this is why DM is here. They might not be old enough to know that truth, but have been sent to that truth.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. But why? Why only those two?
My last thing is, what does everything mean?
Why?
Am I overthinking or underthinking?
Either way, I'm lost.
Yeah.
I like that.
There's just so much that happens here. Epilogue. We open up on my vote for Worst Mother of the Year. Arlie has been living on this island for 8 months and living in denial for all of Diem's life. She was close to being able to go home. All of her planning was about to pay off and she could be reunited with her family. She is double-checking her steps and making sure she has a sizable stash of flame root to drug her daughter when she returns. She hears a rustle in the grass, and before she can react, a hand is over her mouth. Luther's hand. He tells her she has a lot of explaining to do. Their scuffle is interrupted by a voice saying, "Hello?" Seeing the crown illuminated barely above the vegetation, she realizes this voice is coming from the new crown of Lumnos, but doesn't realize it's her daughter. Arlie instantly demands to know who the new crown is. Luther is shocked. She really doesn't know who she is. He tells her that she needs to forget her mission and come with him. Her family needs her. She refuses. When has she ever cared about her family? And we can feel Luther's eye roll through the pages as he states she is so much like her daughter. This sends alarm bells off in Arlie's head, and she demands to know if he hurt her daughter. Luther is obviously offended by this question. I mean, we all are. But Arlie doesn't know why, and Luther begs again for her to come with him. She sacrificed too much and says no, but not before cutting his tendons so she can run away.
Don't say that. Why would you keep that in there?
She lights a match to where we don't know. Then she runs into Vance and he asks if she was able to complete all of her plans, knowing damn well that's her own daughter in there, and I feel like he had time to tell her this. But either way, he is trying to tell her now. But before he can get the words out, Arlie sees Diem in the temple and her heart stops. Diem, her daughter, Diem,
Daughter.
Diem, her daughter. Diem.
the bombs. She runs to try to save Diem, yelling her name. Vance is like, "You're going to ruin the mission." And I just want to take a moment to remind everyone that Henry also knows what is happening and the risk Diem is in, just in case you had forgotten to hate him today. She yells Diem one more time and their eyes connect. Then boom goes the dynamite. And the rest is TBD.
Cliffhanger. Cliffhanger. Cliffhanger.
Any thoughts on that? Like, there's really no theories to form there.
I
It's
just
get angry. I just can't help
get
it.
really, really mad. I do think it's weird that Vance was going to tell Arlie.
Arlie.
Fucking I hate her.
I think it's weird that she didn't recognize her own daughter's voice.
I also think that's weird.
Did she, like, you lived with her for 20 years? Like, what do you mean you don't?
I also
I, as a
think
mother, would probably be like, am I hearing things?
You recognize your baby's cry in a room of crying children. Like, you can hear them say, like, doot, and you're like, that is Emmer, that is my child, that is whatever.
that's Emmer's and yours.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So that's so weird to me that she's not instantly like, that's Diem.
Yeah, it is weird. It's also a little weird that Luther obviously knows it's Diem who hears them and continues to hide Arlie.
I don't think he wants her to be heartbroken.
That would be a lot.
Yeah, like,
And
you've
also-
gone through a lot the last 24 hours.
It's not that weird because he knows that there's other crowns and they would die. Like, he and Arlie would be killed.
Yeah.
For being on the island.
Yeah, he's trying to keep this down low.
I get it. I
It-
just had to talk
how
through
is
it.
Vance on the island, though, all of a sudden? It just feels like they say it's the most guarded island in the world, but there's a lot of people breaking through the guards.
There's not. They don't know how to guard against the little mortals. They don't understand because
It's foraging day
they're
where all of them
everywhere.
are on this one
This is-
island and they feel like maybe security should have been a little bit more thorough.
This is the presidential election, And they're like, just send some security guards out. You
Just-
can
it'll be
tell the Secret
fine.
Service to take one.
Monitor on the sacred sea because we can see everything from there.
Meanwhile, the Guardians have snorkels.
They have reeds. They're breathing
Yeah.
underwater. They're on the island, guys. Yeah, Vance showing up is a little confusing, but they did look at the boat and find a way to sneak things in, right?
How to? Because Luther checked it.
I don't know.
So there's a lot of questions.
Is Aleeks working with them?
I told you there's something fishy about that girl.
No.
No, I don't think it is. I was just
No.
messing.
Could be.
No.
She could be
Maybe.
bad. All right, so
That would break my heart.
that would break a lot of people's hearts. We'll end on that note. So the next episode or the next series we're going to be going over is the final book, or at least the final book we have now, 3 out of the 4.
Yeah.
Don't know how we're going to break that up yet. Just got to look at how many chapters, and it's a thick puppy. That might be a 9-parter or something.
It's gotta, I mean,
It's
yeah.
a long
Plus,
one.
it's a lot, and we're gonna have a lot of theories going through because we've already developed all of these, and we're gonna have to talk through them again because I'm gonna bring them up.
Yeah.
There's also that one little tutor that we can't forget about.
Yeah.
She's gonna come up at some point.
Yeah, she's out there. She's the secret to it all. All right, now for the spotlight portion of today, we actually have a special guest, Rain.
Loves.
Rain, thank you for joining. She's going to talk about an event coming up November 1st. So, Rain, take it away.
Thank you guys for having me. So we have this event November 1st. It's called Socially Booked. It is going to feature local authors in Oklahoma City and around Oklahoma, and as well as local vendors. You guys are going to be there, which is amazing.
Yes, we're
Yes.
I'm so glad you
excited.
guys agreed to come. The idea behind it is very silly sounding now, as big as it's gotten. I went to Book Me Romance in Arkansas, and I don't know if you guys ever heard of that. It was very fun. It was my first ever big event. And I took my best friend Jen as my PA. We had so much fun. I met so many readers, and I got home, I went to bed, and I woke up the next day and I said, I want to do that again here in Oklahoma. And I messaged Lost and Bound Bookstore, the owner Lex, to say, hey, do you want to help host this with me? Because she is very supportive of indie authors as well as other bookstores around Oklahoma City. And she agreed to be one of the hosts. And then MJ Hughes is also one of the hosts, and she's doing all of our social media stuff. And she's doing an amazing job. And it has gotten to the point where we have over 40 authors and vendors attending. And we're very excited about the themed drinks we're going to have. There's going to be a themed fantasy, thriller, romance drinks there. And there's going to be a bar in the area of the event.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
For sure.
Always a good time when there's themed drinks. That's something else to get excited about. I know we're excited to be there, and it seems like it's going to be such a huge event, such a huge success. It's so fun to get book lovers in a room together because
Oh, yeah.
theories go endlessly about different stories, or you learn about a new story you never heard of, especially when it's local authors, because some people just chase the big names, but there are stories to be told at a local level too within your community. So we appreciate being invited. We're excited to be included, and we're so excited for this event. And you're an author yourself, correct?
Yes, I am. Yes.
What's your book? Remind me again the name of it.
My latest release is What Lies Beneath, and it is a romance suspense.
Romance suspense. Anything with romance, I'm hooked. I'm in.
I was going to tell you there is a Facebook event page. If you guys want to go mark that you're going and see more information about, we're going to announce our giveaways. There's going to be giveaways through the night. And so we're going to announce like different things that are going to be a part of that. The first 25 people that arrive are actually going to get a swag bag. And it's going to be specific to the Socially Booked event. And it's going to have lots of goodies in it. Coupons, authors information, a cup that's book themed for the first 25 people is also in the bag. And it's going to be super cute. There are shirts that are for sale that are specific to Socially Booked that MJ Hughes helped coordinate. And just to memorialize the event, everybody loves a cute shirt, and it has all of our vendors and authors on the back.
Works. It's November 1st. What's the time again?
It's going to be from 6 to 9, and the location is at Social Capital. That is down near downtown Oklahoma City, across from Scissortail Park.
Okay, awesome. Well, we're pumped. Is there anything else that you want to add before we close out the spotlight?
No, I just appreciate you guys having me, and we're really excited to see everybody on November 1st.
Yeah, thank you. We're excited to be there.
wait.
We hope that we get to see you guys. Be sure to spread the information. If you're going, share that. Invite your book loving friends. If you're not in OKC, make a road trip out of it. We live in Tulsa. That's just a hop, skipping away. So we'll see you guys there. And
Now let's wrap it up. Thanks so much for listening to this week's episode. Next episode, we will be interviewing Veronica Lancet for her re-release of Fairytale. Be sure and follow us on all of our socials. Tune in every Friday on YouTube or wherever you get your podcast for a new episode of
Book Thoughts.